Hello and welcome back to Mr. Adelman's fantastic math class. Today we're going to talk about line measurements and precision. First thing we're going to talk about is what is referred to as a line segment, or often we'll just refer to it as a segment. And to sum this up, to make that definition as easy as possible, a line segment is just a part of a line. We know that a line goes off to infinity in both directions, and what we will look at is just part of that line from one point to another. So let's go over some of the information we have. So line segments, they can be measured because it has two endpoints. In this case, the endpoints are A and point B. And the way we name a line segment is by the endpoints. So we can name it AB, and when you do this, you make a line above it. A line with no arrows on it represents a line segment. And it doesn't matter which order you do it, whether you go A to B or B to A. It is the same line segment. And then when you want to write down, when we're talking about the length of the segment or the measure of the segment, the length or measure of AB is written as, it's that same thing, only without the line. So you could write that. And that represents, if you were to measure this, what is the measure of line segment AB or line segment BA. So let's talk a little about how we actually measure something, and this is what we call precision. So if we take a look, I have a what represents a ruler down here. This is inches, and I only have inches. I don't have any smaller increments than that. So what you do is, if I have line segment CD, it starts at 0 and it goes to about 5. Notice it goes a little over 5, but we can't be sure because there's no other increments there. So I'm going to say that line segment CD is approximately 5 inches. Now, I want to talk about precision. How can we be as accurate as possible? And the way we do this is give us sort of a measure of error. And so what we say is this is precise to, and it can only be precise to 1/2 of the increment that we have. So it's 1/2 of 1 inch. So in this case, we are only precise to 1/2 an inch. So what that means is that a measure of 5 inches could be anywhere from plus or minus 1/2 an inch. So we could go from 4.5 inches to 5.5 inches. So what I did there, to recap, is I took the increment that we have. So this is done in this is done in inches, and our precision is plus or minus, I'll write that, plus or minus 1/2 of an inch. So we add 1/2 an inch and we subtract 1/2 an inch. So let's do one more example. Down here I have centimeters. And notice that not only do I have centimeters, but I also have 1/2 centimeters written in there. So the measure of line segment EF looks like it's about 13, and it's probably closest to 13.5. So I'm going to write 13.5 centimeters. And so to find the precision, it's going to be plus or minus 1/2 the smallest increment. Well, the smallest increment is 1/2 of a centimeter. So this is going to be plus or minus 1/2 times 1/2 is 1/4 of a centimeter. Or we know that equals 0.25 centimeters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 13.5 and I'm going to subtract 0.25 from that. So it could be anywhere from 13.25 centimeters to, and then I'm going to take my 0.25 and I'm going to add it to the 13.25. So it's going to be 13.75. So that's all we have for today on line segments and precision. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me either in person or on my blog. Thank you very much. Have a good day.